Gekishin Squadra 2.1 tier list. The release of that man, top left, you see him, Ultimate Gohan, yes. So tank, like I said, damage second, technical last. So we're gonna start with tank. Baby, I personally never ever liked this tank. I never liked this tank. I don't like their play style because it's not he's not a traditional tank. He plays as more of like a, I don't want to say a support tank, but I guess. I don't think he's bad by any means, but I just don't like laning with him, maybe because of my playstyle. I don't know. I'm picky. I have my preferred tanks I like to lane with. He is not one of them. He's one of the rare scenarios to where I don't want him on the team or I don't want to fight against him, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Not gonna lie. Like, I just don't like seeing him in the lobby. He's just kind of annoying. I don't think he's bad. Obviously, better tanks, right? In my opinion. For now, I'll keep him in A. He is solid, I guess. Not the worst, not the best. But regardless, he can be annoying, especially if you need to get to like a tower, get to a point, or if you're defending a point, he can be very, very reliable there because, you know, he can push you away with his damn skill. Very freaking annoying. It's hard to die in a lot of cases. So I'll put him in A. Like I said, other tanks I prefer definitely, but I don't think he's the worst out of all. Zamasu, I'm gonna put this man in B. Okay, I will say one thing about Zamasu. They buffed him. His survivability. Early game is probably where he shines. Late game, probably not as much compared to every other champion. Sorry, too much League of Legends. Every other hero, every other tank, I feel, right? Like late game, every other tank I feel just demolishes him, in my opinion, obviously. You can always have that one trick, whatever. You got a best player in the world that can use any one of these characters like they're the best in the damn game. That's not because of the character itself. That's because of the player, okay? Don't get it twisted. If you perform very well with Zamasu, it's not Zamasu, it's you. Just remember that. He definitely has a lot of limitations. I don't really care to lane with Zamasu personally over every other tank. I'm going to put him in B. I feel like you don't get much use out of him mid to late game. I don't know. I feel like you get more value out of everyone else, okay? Let's just say that. I feel like you get more value out of everyone else but him. Cell. I'm going to put Cell at the probably at bottom of A. There. So, Cell, I will say this. I have talked crap about his regen. His regen is not as bad as I thought it was. No, it's not the worst skill in the game as I said it was, because I will preach up and down that regen was the worst skill in the game. I'll tell you this right now. It is not. It surely is not. Hell no. The amount of times he regened in my face and he didn't die, just straight up face tanked me, is insane. So I will give Cell this. Early game, he still sucks, right? However, when you get his perfect form, he is a good tank. It's hard to run away from him. Skill 2, skill 1. Skill 1 slow. Skill 2 just grabs you from behind and TOS you, you know? Yeah, I said that. And it's like, it's really just early game. Now, if you have Superstar, that can be, I guess, a pro and con with him because that helps out his slow start of an early game and getting perfection. Unfortunately, it doesn't speed up, like him getting perfect form at all because you need to melee a lot. Melee. If you get Superstar, you're going to be spamming skill 1, skill 2 all the time, or skill 1 for the slow. What I'm saying is you're going to be abusing your abilities more because they have more range with Superstar. So it's going to be a lot longer until you get perfect form with Superstar, just because, yeah, regardless. I think he's good still. I wouldn't go any higher than A anymore, right? Cell can be very annoying mid, late game, early game. Rush him down early game because unfortunately for Imperfect Cell, he needs to be aggressive early game. Otherwise, it's going to take way too damn long for him to get Perfect Cell, right? Because you have to melee attack. You have to melee attack, which means you have to be aggressive with Cell. So unfortunately, it is what it is. Cooler. I'm putting Cooler in A. I don't think he's bad. I don't see him used as much anymore for good reason. And he's still good. He still has annoying CC iframes on all of his skills, like startup of his skills, but it's like, there's still other tanks I would prefer to use. I mean, Cooler can still be utilized. Like, you stay in an A for now, right? You can argue bottom of S, right? He's still can be very powerful, good for objective. That's probably one thing I forgot to cover with the other ones. Zamasu can be utilized for objective, can be not the best, obviously, right? This big AoE with his ult. Cell, same thing. Cell's actually, one good thing is Cell too. Protecting farm, protecting objectives, protecting the Dragon Shield with this ult. Just Cell games, right? They can't hit inside the Cell games unless the person inside hits it himself. then again, there might be running for their life the entire time, but he's actually good at very good at protecting like objectives and stuff. Cell, I mean, his ult. Cooler can definitely get objective supernova, right? More or less like Zamasu. Obviously, there are better characters to get objective with, but he still has that possibility to get it. Overall, Cooler's a solid pick. He's a solid pick for a tank. I don't mind laning with him. Definitely not as strong as he used to be with some of the other characters in the game getting a buff and him having a harder time to deal with that, and just newer characters getting released in general. So Cooler, I think is good. Cooler is good. Overall, good solid pick. I don't mind. Caulifla, I've been having Caulifla higher than Cooler probably since the last tier list, if I'm being honest. The start of season 2, or maybe, no, at the end of season 1, I had her higher just because her taunt is very annoying, right? Her taunt is very annoying. I think she got nerfed. I think her taunt duration got nerfed or something like that. If I'm being completely honest, it does not make a difference. The skill itself is just so strong. And the one thing I found out recently with me picking up a melee damage character is I hate fighting Caulifla when I'm melee. All my skills go straight to her. Dude, it's so annoying. So she is very troublesome for me to lane against if I have a melee DPS. Oh shit. I mean, I don't have as much problem with her if I'm playing Bojack, but if I'm playing another character that's melee, it's like, yeah. Yikes. Anywho, her taunt is annoying. Her ult has never really been that great. I feel like the best use of her ult, obviously, just the pill. I mean, you can engage with it. Doesn't do much damage, kinda. However, the mobility with the ult, positioning is actually really good. Overall, she's solid. More than solid. Overall, she's a really good tank. Really good tank. I would definitely easily put her over every other tank that's on this list right now. She's not moving out of S. That's the lowest I'm ever going with Caulifla. She is just that damn good, dude. Super Saiyan or Vegeta. All right, one of the best characters in the game. The man's annoying. So I saw over on Twitter that Vegeta and Gohan were getting nerfed. I don't know when that's gonna happen. I don't think it already happened, right? Forgive me if it did, because I don't remember. I don't think it happened yet. Vegeta's just all around broken, right? His CC, his shield, I don't know if his skill 1 is skill 2 that brings you closer. He sucks you in like a little vortex thingy to enable you to skill 2 to a wall. But overall, this man is just very important, very pivotal for a tank role because he's like freaking, what's his name from League? I don't know. Y'all probably wouldn't even get the reference, bro. Imagine Reinhardt from Overwatch. Imagine Braum for League of Legends. It's like the fact, more or less like Cell with his ult, protecting objective, protecting farm. He can do the same thing, but without an ult. Just have his shield, right? Or just even the backside of his shield. If they're on your side, you can just use the shield to pull them towards your way. Like just easily reposition them and whatnot, and just obviously give your team a safe distance and enable them to be aggressive. Like Vegeta just does it. He's just the perfect tank at this point, I feel. Too damn good. I feel like they should add more cooldown to a skill 2. Way too broken. They should add, skill 3 has a pretty lengthy cooldown. I think the only thing Vegeta lacks is damage, right? I think you built Wicked Warrior last card. You built something for damage, right? He's just too good. I don't like him. I would rather, never mind. I'll wait till I get to that character. He's really good overall. So we're actually at the last tank. Okay. I knew I was going to speed run this because more or less my opinion has not changed for a lot of characters. Vegeta. I will put Vegeta over Cooler. Better survivability. Lower damage. Same with this Vegeta too. I like how both Vegetas don't have damage and kind of have to build damage on it. That's how I see it, at least anyway, right? Same with them. Probably last skill, Wicked Warrior, if you want to get some. If you're like aggroing a lot, or if you're being overly aggressive or just being aggressive in general, which you kind of have to with the Vegeta because you want to get people in range of your damn explosive wave to get more of your armor back, right? Because 3 out of 4 of his skills get armor back. The only one that doesn't is Photon Bomber, right? Big Bang gives armor back. Skill 1, his little blast gives armor. His explosive wave gives armor. He just doesn't die. Like, I don't mind this Vegeta. Obviously, he lacks mobility, right? Unlike this guy, you can at least dash away. Shield if you want to get some distance, right? This Super Saiyan Vegeta has no... I feel like he's probably harder to use correctly more than this guy. Because, like I said, if you miss your explosive wave, bro, that's like you're missing a big chunk of your armor, right? Probably like Photon Bomber to explosive wave. I don't know, right? But regardless, I don't mind this Vegeta. I think he's really good. I would say he is better than Cooler just because of survivability alone and the fact that, well, you would like to have a tank to have survivability. It's just so much burst damage and so much CC in this damn game, you know? But yes, I will put Vegeta over Cooler. This is probably the second tier list I did at 60% on Vegeta. So, yeah. That's the tanks. Vegeta, clear gap. Not a big gap, but obviously a different tier. Like, Vegeta is just insane in general. Vegeta is just insane in general. Damage. Oh, look who we have here. Damn, okay. Ooh, what is this? Season 2, 2.1, Gamas. Damn. I don't remember the placement I had for them last time. I think they're easily one of the best DPS in the game. Easily. That buff that they got last time, they got buffed a while ago, right? Just made them insane. Their damage is good. Survivability is even better. Their peel is good. Their ult is really good, especially the CC from it. Only thing they probably have trouble with is actually taking an objective because they don't have that immediate burst damage, like compared to like Kale or Bojack, Goku, Daimaku as well, Trunks, Piccolo, you know what I mean. However, they are overall very strong, very annoying. I don't like laning against Gamas. I'm scared of them, low-key. Like, I legit don't like laning against them. One of the few characters of many that I don't like to lane against. But yeah, I think everything they do is just good. Skill 1, probably don't really level that up. Definitely get 2 first, then 3. It doesn't do the most damage, but it's good for range and probably picking off. Obviously farming as well, right? Oh, like I said, it's just insane. But that stun, that stupid stun is stupid. It's crazy. Because the radius for it, when it's maxed out, it's like, you can like ult half the map and just stun everybody, bro. Like, obviously exaggeration. It's still big, that's what she said. Like, Gamas not moving. I think they're one of the best damage characters in the game. Toppo. Normally I would put Toppo here. I think that's where I had him last time. I think I had 4 rows, but he was still at the bottom. I will say this. I will put him in B. I wouldn't put him exactly at the bottom. I would say that spot for somebody else. And the reason being is simple fact, obviously he's always been good at taking objectives, right? And certain characters in the game probably enable him to be aggressive, right? One that we will not get to until the end of this damn list. But right now, one character does change up my opinion on a lot of other characters because of pairing and team fight capabilities, right? If another character comes to the game that enables these type of characters to be aggressive, blah, 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 then you will see a change in my opinion for some of the characters, you know what I mean? So Toppo, I would not put at the very least, very bottom. Not this time, no. I do think there's a lot of other better DPS characters. He's okay. Objectives is, I feel like his most, not most important, I feel like he really heavily excels at taking objectives with how his stacks work. And then obviously you can ult it. Once you get to a certain amount of stacks and just burst down the damn objective. But other than that, I mean, like I said, there are certain characters that enable him to be aggressive. We'll get to him later. But for now, he's, other than taking objectives, I don't see too much value, right? Obviously, as I'm gonna keep stating this, by the way, doesn't matter if you're number 1, number 0 in the game, you can make any character look good, right? It's not the character, it's you. Kale. Oh, bottom of A. Kale is not as great as she used to be. Not anymore. Not anymore. She still has a burst damage. Not really an issue with her damage. It's an issue with everything else, right? She has no peel, no disengage. Her ult is still not the greatest, right? I've said this before. They should buff her ult. Her ult is way too long of a cooldown. Sure, her ult can be strong, but it's not the hardest to avoid, right? If you're at the beginning of the game, you're fighting for farm. You notice, okay, we're at level 4. All right, Kale is gonna get level 5 soon. Meaning, if you know that we're all gonna get level 5 in bot lane, don't engage Kale. She's going to ult. Poke her out, if anything, right? If you have a range damage character, I don't know, poke and run. Unless you both dive on her, but even then, knowing when she's gonna get to level 5, it's like, okay, I'm not gonna dive on Kale because obviously she's gonna ult. Unless there's like a full squad down there, they burst her bonus HP down and turn her back to base form. What I'm saying is Kale's predictable. I used to be a Kale one trick first season, right? Top 400 Kale until I stopped playing for a week and then I got out of top 400. But regardless, she's predictable is what I'm literally saying, right? Not much that Kale can do. Yes, she still has the damage, insane damage. Even her ult, it auto tracks the farm. Right? Run around farm. She's going to miss you with her ult. It's going to auto track to whatever is closest. Whether it be an enemy player or Cell Juniors or Cybermen, regardless, right? Running between farm. She's very predictable, for sure. She is more of a problem in low rank. I have said this many times. Even last season, before she got the nerf, I haven't seen a Kale in a top 500 in like 3 streams. I kid you not. Before the Bojack buff, I was like one of the only Kales that I've seen. And if I see a Kale player, I assume they're better than me, literally, because I don't see them. All right. That's just how it is. Kale is more of an issue in low rank than she is in high rank. That's all I'm saying. She's not that hard to deal with. Just, I don't know. Predictable. She's predictable. Just her character, how she plays. Dabura. No value. I know he got buffed. His petrification, right? Half the time for you to actually get petrified. I think his passive got buffed that way, right? And half the time he gets petrified. Still the same issue. You can vanish out of it, reset the gauge. And unfortunately for Dabura, there's a lot of range damage characters, right? You got to deal with Piccolo. You got to deal with Goku. You got to deal with Diamond Goku, who doesn't really have to stop to kill you. Honestly, yeah, Bojack, who's not buffed, who can give you a problem. What I'm saying is, he's not really great going against anybody with more range than him, right? I don't think he really has peel. He has some damage, but like there's better options. Why run Dabura when you can run the Gamas? Why run Dabura when you have Super Saiyan 1 Goku, right? So I don't see any value in Dabura whatsoever. I really don't. Although he got buffed. It's just probably not good enough in this meta, right? I don't know what Dabura can even do to Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, if I'm being completely honest, because if you somehow get you, it's hard playing into Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I won't lie. It's not easy playing into that man because there are walls in the game. Yep, there are walls in the game, which means you will get stunned to CC. But yes, Dabura, you're staying there. You're staying there. Maybe it's not the meta for you. Who knows? Bojack is next. Better than Kale this season. Ever since he got buffed, I would say he is better than Kale easily, right? He has CC unlike Kale. It's the only way to peel, if I'm being honest, right? His ult sucks. Her ult is a little better. And the reason I'm comparing them is they play very similar, right? They play very, very similar, right? It's ranged damage character with no mobility, no disengage. The only way Bojack can get out of a situation, obviously, is skill 3 himself, right? Puts up the Psycho Thread. Psycho Thread is his, like, only way of getting out of a lot of situations. But, obviously, he's ranged. You want to, obviously, poke out. Don't want to put yourself in harm's way. Don't want to get in... You don't want to get yourself in a position you can't get out of a Bojack, right? Because he really... Bro... fly as fast as I walk in real life. Like, I'm not even joking. He's not really fast at all, and that's the same issue with Kale as well. So honestly, he is a monster at farming though. Like early game Bojack also, I would like to say, isn't the greatest. Early game is not the greatest at all. Superstar definitely enables him to be a little more aggressive early game, which is makes him so much better, right? Like I said, a little similar issue with Cell. Early game, not the best. Mid, late game, that's where you start to see them shine. So Bojack does have the damage for sure. I've played maybe half the matches with a quarter of the matches with Bojack as I did with Kale, and I'll damage my Kale within probably 1 week of using Bojack. It is insane. So yes, Bojack is really good. Really, really, really good. You dive on him, GG's, bro. He's dead. You better time that damn Psycho Thread. You better hope to God they don't have Vanish to vanish out the Psycho Thread. Otherwise, GG's. Also, depending on your laning partner, how they plays, you know, it's just how Bojack is, right? Oob. Okay. One thing I want to say about Oob, I don't remember what I had him last time. I'm pretty sure I always have him at like the bottom of S or top of A, if I'm being honest. Oob is good. It's pretty much no different than the last tier list I did with Oob, where they buffed the skill 2, right? Pretty sure it was a skill 2. Other than that, it was like 1 second cooldown or something. Oob is good. Not as easy to use as some other characters. He's really good at getting objective. Make sure you get max stack, so it's a 64 that he gets, and then literally just ult it. It'll do like maybe 67% the boss. Oob is good. He has mobility naturally, right? I feel like he's just the overall solid character. More like how I feel about Cooler. They're just like a solid pick. Not the best, not the worst, but just like a really good pick overall. Maybe I'll put him at the top of A. Maybe I'll put him at the top of A. Like his damage is there. Probably not the craziest early game as well, but just overall, like late game, obviously he's a monster. He's a farming monster, more so like Bojack, obviously, but just more mobility and all the dot in the world. I'm fine. Like I said, either or. I feel like he's interchangeable. Maybe bottom of S, top of A. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that personally. I may move him around after the fact, right? So 18. Android 18. Android 18. Android 18. Honestly, I don't know what to say about her. Didn't they nerf her damn Destructo disc? She has 2 disc max instead of 3. I don't know why they even did that. Anywho, obviously when she came onto the game, she got severely nerfed, and she got nerfed again. Go figure, right? As if it wasn't enough. Android 18 is also one of those characters, man. A one trick can go crazy with her. Laning partners can go crazy with her. I'm talking about Ultimate Han, Kick, Gohan, hell, even Gotenks will work with her. But the thing is, it's the range issue, man. She's gonna get outranged. She has to dive in. She has good peel, right? Her ult, I mean, single target, right? Burst. She has all the burst damage in the world. But I don't think she is as good in team fights because of CC. She reminds me of a certain league champion where you pretty much just like, not play back to front. I'm not exactly sure about that, but you're better in lane than you are in team fighting. Maybe. I don't know. Does that sound weird? I don't think so. Because what the hell is she gonna do when everybody outranges her? I'm talking like spear bombs all over the place, Gohan's ult, like just so much AoE. Like what can she really do? Like in those team fighting situations, like peel, or not even peel, but like try to like flank and pick off somebody. Like she's really good at picking off people, right? If you're by yourself, she's gonna kill you. Like she's gonna chase you down. You're not running. That's how it is. Like she's good at picking you off, right? 1v1, she really excels in, obviously. That's the only value I see that she has. And maybe team fight scenarios, her value I feel like goes down. I mean, she can burst objective down, but if everyone is there, it's gonna be hard for her to do that because her range, the chances of her getting hit by a damn like Zamasu ult or Kale's burst skill 3 into skill 1 or Bojack's ult, which sucks by the way, or Gamas stun, like how can she deal with these situations? Yeah, I think she is better in lane. I think she also is better at picking people off one by one. So a lot of limitations, and she's also a melee DPS. So unless you're like Gamas with insane survivability, crazy CC, and good peel, like they have it all mostly. I don't see her having much value. Piccolo. I could argue Piccolo is better than Bojack. I could argue Piccolo is a little harder to use than Bojack, right? Superstar makes this man a monster. Even without Superstar, like this man disengages ridiculous. I didn't know he can freaking grapple hook that far away with this. What is it, skill 3? I'm like, what the hell is that range? Like you literally don't even level up Hellzone Grenade. It's really just skill 1 and then skill 3 of Piccolo, and then it's ridiculous ult where you can just snipe objective from the bush, right? It's like you really need team synergy to use this man the proper way, because I've had some Piccolos on my team that were unable to get objective, and it's like, yeah, Piccolo's the type of character where you just need some type of communication. You're gonna need some synergy to make the best out of Piccolo. Piccolo's good. Piccolo's good. I will put him over Bojack personally, because I think he's better early game than Bojack. Probably debatable. Not sure. Not 100% sure on that. But I will put him over Bojack. I do think he's better. Even in Superstar, I think he's better. Yeah. Has burst, has peel. And I mean, he has a way better ult than Bojack. Just simple as that. A way better ult than Bojack. Piccolo's good. Overall, I feel. So, right now, I could do that. Because Toppo does have his uses. I can do that. Trunks. This is always tricky, man. Mr. This is for Gohan. Mr. This is for Gohan. If I put him in A, it's going to be at the bottom. But even then, I don't even know about that. Because the thing about Trunks, I always compare him to 18 because they have very similar burst damage. Big differences. For one, Trunks kill reset skill. Oh, he gets a cooldown reset upon kill, right? That's one thing he has over 18. He has more range than 18, less peel than 18, more damage than 18. He might have more burst damage. I'm just trying to think of a scenario where you just burn out all their skills. That I'm not 100% sure. Probably with her being nerfed. I don't know. She may have the faster damage. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I haven't used 18 in a long time. I haven't used Trunks in a long time. I used them both like early on, but that was beta sessions. Better ult. Obviously, he's better at taking objectives too because his stupid ult. It's like a 3-parter. You can angle it any way you want. Yeah. I mean, I would obviously pick Trunks over 18 any day. Superstar, if I had to pick between the two, obviously Trunks, right? Help out his slow early game. I would never lane Trunks in bot lane unless they're Superstar. Otherwise, I'll put Trunks in top lane. Because I don't want to lane him against a tank. He's too fragile, right? He's way too fragile. What else to say? What else is there to say about Trunks? Obviously, iframes with transformation. He has that over 18. Probably something like that. You can get value out of him. He's not the easiest to use, to be honest, right? You can easily miss his skill 3. Which one is his burning attack? Obviously, you don't really level that one up. You go for the sword thrust and then the other sword slam or whatever, because that sword thrust can shank you from halfway across America. Like that one can actually snipe objectives as well as his ult. Whenever like 16 or Nappa shows up, you can easily burst it down. Just make sure he doesn't get CC'd and then you're good. Because he needs to be in range, by the way. I mean, that's really all I'd say about Trunks. Maybe bottom of A, I'm not sure. Hell, I'm even contemplating on putting her down here. Like Kale. Bottom of A, maybe her and Trunks interchangeable. Not 100% sure on that. Oh, okay. This is actually kind of a hard one. They have nerfed this man. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, God. I don't know where to put Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Part of me wants to put him here. Part of me wants to put him here. I don't know. I genuinely don't know where I want to put Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I don't know where he's not going to Z anymore. No, not after the nerf. Hell no. Not after the nerf. I don't know where I want to put him because I don't think Bojack is better, but he probably is. But I don't know. Like, Super Saiyan 3 can be oppressive if you let him. But also, I guess it depends on who else you have on your team. If you don't have a Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, then it's like, yeah, he's going to be a little harder to deal with because what's going to stop him from spamming halfway across the map? Like with Kamehameha without Vegeta. Or just get Caulifla or whatever other tank you may have. I don't know. Like, he can be annoying, but he wasn't as annoying since release. After the nerf, you know what I mean? Nah, I can't put him in the same tier as Kale. I don't think I can. I don't have the heart. He has some... Because he can still, like, get objectives and stuff. Like, he can still be a little sneaky and TP. Kamehameha. He still has value. I'll say that. But his value has gone down with his damage. Superstar he's probably, honestly, I think he's one of the best superstar characters in the game. Is it? Gamas is really good superstar. Trunks is good superstar. Toppo, I don't think it's that crazy superstar. I think he's just not bad early game in general. Dabura, don't care. Oob is good superstar, get a skill 1. Bojack is good superstar. Piccolo is really good superstar. Kale is actually good superstar too. I know usually a lot of people, but I'm trying to think of the ones that get more value off of a superstar than others. Because I don't feel like 18 get much value from, I don't think Dabura gets much value from superstar, right? I'm just thinking of the characters that get the best value from superstar. I honestly don't know where to put Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Maybe bottom of S. I'll keep him there. I'll keep him there after the nerf. Super Saiyan 1 Goku. I don't remember my placement with him last time, but obviously my opinion of this godforsaken character does not change. He's annoying. He is way too fast. I've been saying that since season 1. He is just way too fast. If they would just nerf his damn speed by like half, I would be happy. He's way too fast. You have to realize how important mobility is in a game like this, bro. Mobility is probably one of the most important things in a game like this, because the way this man can peel out of combat whenever he damn well pleases. Nah, dude, he's annoying. One of the best objective takers in the game. Obviously really good at taking farm, really good damage overall. He has peel. I hate him. After the nerf, by the way. Maybe the nerf hindered him a little early game, but I'll tell you this right now. Mid to late game, hell no. I hate that man. He literally jump scares me in and out of vision, boom. Kaioken into solid hammer, whatever the hell skill 2 is. I don't know, like he is very annoying. My opinion of that Goku has not changed. Everything he has is good. Everything he has is good. Everything. Spirit Bomb. Kaioken, enabling other attacks to be even stronger, empowered, and give a slow effect. Kamehameha, obviously good. Solid Hammer, obviously good. Like, I don't see any faults except for maybe early game after the nerf, but even then he's annoying. I hate him. I hate dealing with that Goku. Is he better than Gamas? If I'm being honest, I would very well, it's hard. I will put him over the Gamas. I would probably put him over the Gamas. Probably. I don't know, bro. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Because Goku can get away with murder and get away as well with like 200 billion% damn speed. I hate him. Okay? Jesus. All right. Anywho, that's where I place Goku. Goku has not left Z tier since I think I put him in S tier for 1 tier list, maybe. And that was probably when he got nerfed. Was it the beginning of season 2 when Vegeta came out? Season 4 Vegeta? Other than that, no, bro, you going up here. You still have that insane value. I don't want to hear it. I'm sure they nerfed this damage. What did they nerf his bomb? His ball? The skill 1? Like, but you have to keep in mind, I'm factoring in everything with like whenever I have people in placements, I'm factoring in everything and not just one scenario. I'm not just like factoring in just only superstar. If it was just only superstar list, it would be very different, right? Very different, but I'm just factoring in everything. Ability to take objectives, disengage, burst damage, or just damage in general, because not everybody has burst. Laning partners. Like, I'm trying to factor in literally everything overall, right? And I feel he and this guy does it best. He lacks, obviously, objective taking for the most part, but CC, peel, damage. You know what I mean? Damn it, Goku. They nerfed this guy. I think it's still strong. I don't know where I would place him in S. He's another tricky one. I do think he's still one of the best damage carriers in the game overall, right? His ult is so good. He has one of my favorite ults in the game. Really good for team fights. Really good for taking objectives too. Burst damage, kind of crazy. Just throw down the damn Pansy Bomb and then obviously Glorio it. That sounds so wrong, by the way. But he's good at taking farm too. He's good at farming, also taking farm as well. For now, I'll keep him an S. I'll keep him an S. I don't know where. Maybe like right there. Him being next to Piccolo and Bojack. Does that? I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I mean, if I had to think like early game between those four, obviously Diamond Goku, I would give the advantage over Riku, Bojack, and Piccolo. But mid-late game, it gets a little, it gets a little wild out here. Late game. He's fast too. Obviously, we already know his abilities, right? Power pole, when you get hit with a beam attack or a projectile, you reduce the damage of it. Obviously, whenever he's getting hit, if it's by energy attack, he's gonna get like energy defense up and like speed up. He's getting by melee, he's gonna get like defense up and speed up. Like we know his abilities, right? I'm sure that's his passive. I might have overlooked something. I might have misinterpreted something. Who knows, right? I'm not perfect. I don't use every character all the time, all day, every day. But honestly, damage placements for me is actually kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie, bro, because I didn't know where to place Riku, and I didn't know exactly where to place Diamond Goku. That's what I have for damage. You know what I mean? So now we are getting to technical. Oh boy. Get into the tac. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, so I have 8. It's like a solid pick. That's pretty much what I explained about Cooler Cell overall, just this early game, right? Like I said, I downplayed this regen. I will say this regen is a lot better than what I make it up to be. This regen is actually really good. Like I even said for babies, I don't like Baby being on my team, or I don't like going against him. I just don't like the character in general. He's annoying, and he's just annoying in my opinion. So, but I think he's solid, right? Maybe you could put him lower, right? But technical. We got Majin Buu. Majin Buu is good. After the buff, I'm so glad he's usable. Not the best, obviously. I think he has really good matchups, really good pairings. You know, naturally doesn't do damage, but his skill 1 is like one of my favorites as well. I actually really love his skill 1, the struggle gum, I think was what it's called. Max stacks of those and GG's. Overall, he does have pale skill 3. I don't think it's really that great. Healing beam, obviously, is pretty useful, especially early game. If you have Zeno on your tower and you and your laning partner have no way to heal, you can compensate for that, because at that point you're really kind of like pressed back if you can't heal. You know, just farm safely. But not Majin Buu's like, nah, bro, I heal you. We go back to farming like usual. But other than that, Superstar, I feel like he's also really good at Superstar. Superstar Struggle Gum. Struggle Buu? His stupid little Laffy Taffy thing. You know what I'm talking about. Skill 1. Because that enables a lot of early game pressure, dude. And it slows them like crazy. Regardless, Buu is really good, solid pick overall. I feel like he's really good in the lane with 18. He's really good in the lane with anybody that rush downs. 18, Gamas, Super Saiyan 1 Goku, Toppo, Trunks, kinda. Trunks, kinda. Sure, Dabura, right? Just pretty much, in my opinion, melee DPS. He lanes better with. His ult probably like biggest downslide, in my opinion, early game, because his ult has a small radius early game. Late game, it can be a game changer. It can hella be a game changer. Yeah, I feel like Buu's just overall solid pick. Really good tech overall. Hit. I don't know if I want to put him in Z tier anymore. You could, hold on. Do I want to move somebody to A? Hit. For now, I'll keep him at the top of, I'll keep him, interchangeable, I feel. I'll keep him at the top of S, maybe. Interchangeable with maybe Caulifla. Hit is annoying, by all means. For some reason, I'm surprised they haven't nerfed him, for Christ's sake, right? Easily, whenever I have a hit in the lobby, half the game I won't be able to see. Just as simple, I won't be able to see half the game. I'm not even joking. Like, he's very, very annoying. Definitely very, definitely a struggle for a lot of damage characters to handle, right? Gamas more or less can handle him. Goku is fine. I guess people more like Bojack or Kale, anyone with no type of mobility, no type of peel to get away from him, will not be able to handle him as much. I think Toppo might be fine. I think you just gotta fight him. Well, you can't just freaking fight him up if you can't see him. Anywho, It is annoying overall. He's stupid. He's dumb. I hate him. He's one of my least favorite characters in the game. Baby, Hit, they go on the same list for me. I don't like them. I don't like them in the lobby. I don't like them at all. It's just my personal gripe. I will say this. Because it's kind of hard with Frieza. Frieza's good, but the way to deal with Frieza just bursts down Zarbon. I put him at top of A because before I would have, I think the last tier list, I either had him S. I don't think I had him in Z. I had him in Z and then probably bumped him down to S within that same video, if I remember. But like, Frieza is a good technical character overall, much like Majin Buu. Obviously better at objectives, better at farming, better at backdooring. Not as easy to use. Majin Buu is much easier to use. Maybe you can argue this. I don't know, man. Like, separating him from Hit, if I had to pick which one I had more trouble with, obviously Hit. Easily Hit. Like, burst down Zarbon, right? A lot of his damage comes from Zarbon. Obviously, you can auto attack with him as well. Dabura is annoying. Really good at farming. One of the best objective takers in the game, which means you can just take objective by yourself solo, literally. It's just, you need a competent Frieza. He's not as easy to use though. Like playing a turret character that just plays turrets all over. That's what he is, right? Dabura. And no one went to recast him. No one went to position him to farm, to take farm, etc. He's not as easy to use overall. He is good though. I would do that probably. I think that's a good placement for. I think, if anything, is that too high? I could alternate between him and Vegeta. I can alternate between him and Vegeta because Vegeta's not the easiest to use. You would think he is, but like, if you want to get all that survivability, you kind of have to land your hits. And that's where the problem comes with Vegeta, at least, right? And he has no PO. They vanish out the photon thing. It's like, okay, good luck hitting your abilities, man. That's the only way you can survive. Like, you really have to hit your abilities with them to survive. Anywho, Frieza, I don't know, maybe A as well. For there, I'll keep him there for now. 17. After that buff he got, I would put him over Frieza because for one, his ult got buffed and his skill 3, his shield got buffed too. I think it lasts longer. But regardless, he can hella debate you so easy to think you can kill him. Think you can kill him, and then boom, he pops the shield. You know. But his empowered skill 2. Thank God it has the short range that it does, because if it did not have short range, he would be broken. Right. That is the only attack he has that can stun, and it only stuns when you have your meter full. And then skill 2. Other than that, skill 1, obviously good. Farming. The only way he can take objectives if he just go in and ult is the only way I can see it. You can try to snipe it with skill 1. I just don't think it has the damage. I would put him right there. I think that's fine. 17 is really good. I think he's really good. He does have mobility. He doesn't need mobility. He has all the shields in the world, I feel, right? He gets the speed boost from it too. I think at the startup of it, when he pops his shield, pops the skill 3, he gets a little speed boost. But regardless, like, he doesn't have the most damage. He has CC, he has survivability. He's just a really good support character, and I love his ult, bro. I love his ult so much. Easy to miss, so be careful of that. Other than that, that buff to 17 was very, very necessary. I think he's a really good character. Way beyond solid, if I'm being honest. Krillin, no. I don't see no value from Krillin. I legit see no value from Krillin. I don't know what they buffed this man, but regardless, I don't see any value from him. I don't think there's literally any other reason to pick any other technical character than Krillin. Whatever you want to do with him, I promise you can do it better with any other character, right? Even just protecting objective. Hey, boom, you got Frieza for that, you know? You got Gotenks for that, if need be. You have Hit for that, if need be. Hell, 17 even, right? Gohan, right? Boom, probably not the best if you want to defend objective, but like, I don't see no value in Krillin. Damage, heal, objective. I mean, he blinds, but so does hit. I don't see any value in Krillin. When I think like, man, I want to use Krillin for this. No, I never say that, right? Yeah, no. Gotenks. Gotenks, Gotenks, Gotenks. You're a tricky one. You're a tricky one. Because team fights, I feel like you really, really, really excel in. Same with backdooring. Same with damage. They nerfed this skill 1 for some reason and not his overall damage, which is crazy, by the way. Gotenks, I think, is really, really good. Whether it be the ghost slowing you down, whether it be his ult hitting you with silence at the last hit. By the way, which I think is stupid. I have never seen a game to where when someone gets silenced, it stops them from auto attacking. I get it. You can't use skills. You can't use abilities. You can't use mana. You can't use MP. But stopping you from auto attacking? That I find very, very stupid and annoying. I don't think that should be a thing, but it is whatever, right? I find it overly silly that silence doesn't enable you to auto attack, for Christ's sake. Silly, very silly. Anywho, he's annoying. He's good. He's strong. Still a very offensive, attack oriented character, I feel. Would I put him over 17? No, I wouldn't put him over 17. I do like that, maybe. I think that's fair for Gotenks. I think that's fair for Gotenks. Oh, dear God. I just saw the last 2 characters. This is for Gohan. Yo. Oh, Gotenks is good. His kit is overall good. Donuts, obviously not as great. It can be easy to avoid. And his passive, obviously getting even more of a, or getting a speed boost, because he's already fast as hell off of getting an assist or a kill. Crazy, by the way. I already know my placement for the last 2 people. It's not going to change. All right, so we are at Kid Gohan, by the way. Krillin. I will say, I said Krillin. This is for Gohan. Next. All right, we have Ultimate Go. No, this little shit right here. I don't know how he survived the balance changes. They should have nerfed him frame 1. You want to know why? He's one of the best characters in the game. He's one of the easiest characters to use in the game. This is a very silly character. This is a very silly hero, right? First off, stun. Just full charge of skill 2. Really good range on it. His skill 1, probably one of the most useless in the game. Like Masako, we don't worry. All my homies hate Masako. You don't care about that. Skill 3, really good for energy, blast, defense up, strike. Doesn't it give you all defenses up? But the skill 3, I'm pretty sure. And obviously, to TP towards you and everything. And you know, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm starting to superstart his skill 3 more than his skill 2. If I'm being completely honest. Just the value you get from it. His ult, start up a ult. You want to use it around your teammates, especially if they are a melee damage character, melee oriented character, because they will get a damage buff. Doesn't really affect people like Kale, like her skills or anything, or it doesn't like affect people with projectiles. Obviously, melee ult buff or buff upon ult, first ult, and then it's the double CC, bro, the double stun he has. Skill 2 into ult, for Christ's sake, right? It's like, it's insane. It's actually insane. This man CC, how easy he is to use, how fast he is. Skill 3 is really good. Skill 2, really good. Overall, he's just very strong. Unfortunately, I want to say for him is the fact that you get a lot more value out of him. So the same could be said for a lot of other characters, but not all. If you were playing with somebody you knew, you can chain the CCs together, cooperation, teamwork, capitalize from his CC. You know what I mean? If you're playing with somebody that you know, a lane, like as in a lane partner, then yeah, you guys are gonna get a lot of kills for sure. If you're playing with a rando, you can't really count on them to capitalize off his stun because they may not go in. They not, you know, you guys may not just be you guys may not intertwine with one another, you know what I mean? So it's like, he definitely needs some cooperation for sure. Otherwise, it's like, what's the point? That's probably the only downside, is lack of team play. He has way too much utility for how easy he is to use. At least give him more cooldown on his damn skill 2 or skill 3. He's just way too easy to use. This is really for Gohan. I'm waiting for these two characters to get nerfed. I am genuinely waiting for these two characters to get nerfed. You should not be able to reposition as often as he does. His skill 2 should have twice the cooldown, for Christ's sake, bro. That's like having Blitzcrank in League of Legends, hooking you every 6 seconds. No, that's stupid. Hello? Right? Being able to reposition is a ridiculous ability in its own right in this game. Knock him out of tower, knock him into a wall to get stunned, knocking farm away from him, denying him farm. Like, he is way too annoying. And not only that, he can get the cooldown reset from his goddamn skill 3. Bro, don't. They nerfed Ultimate Gohan. They nerfed his ult damage. That doesn't matter. That doesn't really matter, right? He still does damage regardless. Him just being able to pinball you is annoying. As often as he does. It's like he enables a lot of fights. He does. I feel like the best way to deal with this man is really just to fight it out and kill him. He's like that one, he's like a gnat. You know the little fly that's in your house that be flying around, the little stupid annoying thing that's flying all over? That's Gohan, bro. That's literally Gohan. It's like, you're not gonna get rid of him until you smash him. That's literally what he is, right? Because if you play passive against Gohan, you're not gonna get any farm. You're not gonna be able to do anything. You're not gonna be able to play the game. It's just how it is. So whenever he repositions you, screw it. Fight the man. Kill him. Do whatever you can. I feel like you have to be aggressive, and it sucks. You know? He's annoying. He enables aggressive play just because of his damn abilities and his damn flee, his fear, his terror, whatever you want to call it, dude. Yeah, it's just too much wrong with that character, man. And the simple fact that he's annoying, and probably the main reason why I have not played season 2 as much as I have, if I'm being completely honest.